Hey, welcome to the Unshakable Edge, the podcast for those who refuse to settle. I'm your host, Joe Warren, and if you're ready to master discipline, strengthen your mindset, and gain the edge in every area of your life, this is your home. Each episode delivers powerful insights on resilience, growth, and success, helping you take control of your life, take action, and build an unshakable life. Let's dive into this week's episode and sharpen your edge today. Let me tell you a story that you've probably heard in pieces, but maybe not quite like this. There was a young man, he was broke, he was broken, and trying to outrun the pain of his past. He'd been abused, abandoned, and mistreated, but he had a dream. He believed in his gut that he was meant to write stories that would heal people. Stories about forgiveness, about family, about friends. So he saved every dime he could. He worked odd jobs and he lived check to check. And when he finally scraped together about $12,000, he put everything into it to producing his first play. And it flopped. Only about 30 people showed up. Most of them were friends from his church, and he was crushed. But here's the part that hits me every time. Instead of giving up, he kept going. He rewrote the play. He booked new venues, and again, a flop. Empty seats. Debt was piling up. Rejection after rejection. And the crazy thing was, all of this, he was homeless, living out of his car in Atlanta, washing up in bathrooms, praying for a break. But every morning, he'd still write. He'd still believe. He'd still show up. Fast forward some years later, after nearly a decade of rejection, one show finally catches fire. The right people show up and the word begins to spread. And suddenly, the man who was living in his car is selling out theaters. That man, Tyler Perry. And today, he is a billionaire in the entertainment industry. He owns one of the largest film studios in the country. He hires thousands of people and he has changed the game in Hollywood. All because Tyler Perry didn't let the excuse of I don't have the money stop him. He found a way. He stayed resourceful even when he had no resources. Now, this story really hits home with me. I can identify. Now, I'm not living out of my car and I'm not homeless, but still, like many of you, I've got dreams that I'm trying to make happen. And if we're not careful, we can get caught in this excuse that we don't have the money and we stop trying. But we've got to remember that the belief and the commitment must be there to keep going. Now, maybe this is the message that you need today. Listen, you don't need money. You need more belief. You need grit. You need to stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start building from what is in your hands. Because if Tyler Perry can rise from the backseat of a car to billion-dollar boardrooms, then what excuse do you have left? Listen, in part one, we took a wrecking ball to the lie that says it's not the right time, that excuse that we give. But today, we're going after the second excuse that kills more dreams than failure ever will. And that is the excuse, I don't have the money. Let's be honest. We say, I can't start the business. I can't invest in myself. I can't chase this dream because I don't have the money. And it sounds reasonable. It sounds logical, even wise, because we don't have the money. But here's the truth. We don't need more resources. We need to become more resourceful. Here's what I know. Some of the greatest ideas in the world were built without a budget. In fact, many million-dollar dreams, they started broke. They started in garages, in notebooks, in stolen moments between work shifts. They were fueled not by the capital, but by that commitment and belief that they're going to chase after the dream. And what we learn from this is this: money doesn't unlock purpose, action does. These guys, these gals were true action takers. And when you say, I don't have the money, what often we're usually saying is, I want someone to remove the risk. I want guarantee. I want comfort before I make the commitment. But it doesn't work that way. Dreams don't come with safety nets. And your breakthrough doesn't wait for your bank account to hit a certain number. So what do you do when money's tight, but that dream just won't leave you alone? Here's some practical steps to take, even when the bank account says otherwise. Number one is this: start small and start now. You don't have to do everything all at once. Write that first page. Record the first idea. It doesn't take money. Volunteer in the space that you want to lead in. Offer help before you ask for support. Movement creates momentum, not money. Number two, use what's in your hands. What do you got already? You have a phone you can record with. That's what I'm doing. You have a voice that you can speak to people and help people out and bring value. A notebook to where you can write down ideas and thoughts or things that you want to put in a book. Maybe you've got a network of people already that you can tap into and begin to share vision and begin to share ideas. The thing is some of the greatest dreams were not built from resources, but from resourcefulness. Your dream doesn't need perfection. It just needs a first move. Number three is this: trade value, not dollars. Can you encourage someone? Can you organize, edit, teach, maybe write, build? Offer what you have in exchange for what you need. And you'll be surprised how far that generosity and that grit can take you. Number four, let go of fancy. Focus on faithful. A lot of times we think we need this perfect, polished product or service to launch out into wherever we're trying to go. But we don't need that. Polished brands and all those things, they will come with progress. The fancy setups, all those type of things that keep us paralyzed, we don't need. Listen, excellence doesn't start fancy. It starts faithful. So show up consistently with what you've got. Let your realness speak louder than your resources. And last but not least, use what's free. There are so many resources in today's day and age. You've got Canva for design. You've got CapCut for editing if you're doing videos. Man, YouTube is full of tutorials and all kinds of advice on what you are possibly going after. You can start a podcast. You can start a YouTube channel, TikTok. There are so many things that are free, but we've got to get past that excuse that, man, I've got to have money. What's wonderful is this: excuses don't survive when resourcefulness lives in our minds. So cut out the excuse, I don't have the money, and start to become resourceful. A lot of times we've been asking the wrong question. How can I afford this? How can I get the money to make this dream a reality? But the better question is, how can I not afford to delay on this dream any longer? Ask yourself questions like this: what will it cost me if I keep waiting? What dreams will go unlived? What version of me will never show up if I keep giving excuses? I don't have the money. Now that can feel safe, but can I just say safety can become a prison that holds us and bottles up our dream. Listen, don't let your dream die in the waiting room of excuses. You have something now. You have something you can use now, something you can move with. So move. You don't need more money. You need more courage. Start where you are with what you have right now. Well, that's it for part 2. If this episode stirred something in you, share it with someone else who's been sitting on the sidelines. Leave a review. Subscribe for part 3, where we take on another dream-destroying excuse: I don't know enough. And until then, stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep sharpening